Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back, and today joining me is none other than Jay. How you doing, Jay?
I'm good, mate. I always like being on your channel. It's a privilege.
It is. It's better over here, and it's cool.
It is, man. It's just more relaxed. Do you know what I mean?
It is a lot cooler over this side. And today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. So thank you to those guys for sponsoring the video. And we'll tell you a little bit more about Surfshark, and we've got a great deal for you in a bit. But right now, right here, today, we are talking about none other than Jadon Sancho. Now, as we speak, it's not official. He hasn't signed. When this video is released, it might be done, because I was hoping to have this video ready for when it's done. Now, the rumours are United have had an official bid rejected. We're getting closer, this, that, and the other. So it looks like this could be the summer when Jadon Sancho becomes a Man United player. So me and Jay are going to give you our 11s with Jadon Sancho in. You like the sound of that, Jay?
It's bold, but
You're
I'm
bold.
with you. I'm bold. I like a bit of boldness. So I'm with you on this one, Macca. Let's do this.
To be fair, we did this last year as well. So no one cares. You know what I mean? Like, we could do any 11. 11 if Messi
I've still got Wesley Sneijder in my 11. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wicked. So we'll get into that. But first up, Surfshark are sponsoring this video, and they've got a great deal for you people at home. You can get, listen to this, with my promo code McKola, and the link's in the description below, you can get 83% off and 3 extra months for free of Surfshark. Now, as I said, the link's in the description. Now, what is Surfshark? It's a VPN. You know what Surfshark is, don't you? Do you use it?
Yeah, this is like when I like to log on when I'm abroad, or when you want to say you're in a different location. Perfect. Because I like to watch American programs and stuff like that.
On your old Netflix, on your Amazon Prime.
Amazon and all that stuff. So very useful, very handy. Lets you stream all that stuff without any dramas as well.
Yeah, what I love about Surfshark as well is, obviously it's got all that good stuff if you're on Amazon, Netflix and all that. But you've got apps for your Mac, for your laptops, for your phones, which you can just switch up the location of your phone. So you know when you're on your phone on Twitter and you're scrolling down and you want to watch a goal, and then it goes, you can't watch this goal.
This is not available in your country.
You can't. You got to try and find a dodgy version somewhere, because you can't watch this. No. You don't need no dodgy version, mate. You just switch it up on the app, change your location, and then you've got that video on your phone. So if you want Surfshark, download it. The link is in the description below, surfshark.deals/McKola, and the promo code is MCKOLA, 83% off and 3 extra months for free as well. So get on it, and thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. That's that done. Let's get stuck into this. First up, formations. If Jadon Sancho comes, do you think that changes anything for Manchester United, or will we see the same kind of 4-2-3-1 formation we've seen?
I think that I still feel like we're still going to see the same formation. I'll be honest with you. We are. I think that's Ollie's preferred formation, and I think that when Jadon Sancho comes in, it's not like he's a different type of player than we've already got. He's just a more out-and-out right winger on that right-hand side. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Where Mason Greenwood likes to cut in all the time when he's on there, Marcus Rashford doesn't really hug that touchline. Slightly different player, but it's not like all of a sudden you've got to change your formation because you've got Jadon Sancho. For me, you stick with the same formation you had, which is what you said, 4-2-3-1. It's just Jadon Sancho is your right winger. None of this rotating with Mason and Marcus and all that nonsense, and maybe Dan James coming in. That's Jadon Sancho's spot.
See, I would look to change to a 4-3-3. Now, this is hoping we get some other people in as well. But I feel a 4-3-3, even just when Jadon Sancho's there, because what Jadon Sancho likes to do is, and yes, you can do this with a 4-2-3-1 as well, but I just think it works better having those 2 midfielders with the one holding, your striker and your fullbacks coming down. He loves playing those 1-2s. He loves having people closer to him. And getting more midfielders further up the park, I think, allows him and enables him to have players to play off. And if those players are Bruno and Pogba, some of the connections that we're going to see are going to be crazy. So let's get stuck into our 11s. Obviously, we'll start off in goal. Who do you think you're going to see in goal?
This is where we argue straight away. Dean Henderson for me.
David De Gea for me.
I knew that. Me and you've had this discussion for the last year, consistently. And there's noises that David De Gea is actually still staying and that he's going to be our number 1, and it's been told by all he's going to be number 1. But for me, he's not the player he was. If he was, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Because Dean Henderson wouldn't even be at the club, or you'd been told you're on the bench, forget about it. But I just feel like last 2 years we haven't seen David De Gea not even at his best, but not at a level that is good enough for Manchester United. Now, I get where you're coming from, because you've said this to me a few times about Dean Henderson might not be the answer, but I think he's earned the right to be given a chance, and I think that'll be this season.
I hope we start the season with De Gea in it.
Fair enough.
Because Dean Henderson still has to earn this spot for me. And letting De Gea go, potentially there's talk about Tom Heaton coming in, Romero, Pereira, all these people going out. If you're left with Dean Henderson and Tom Heaton going into a season where we should be looking to build around these signings that we're hoping to bring
Do you know what it is, though, with Dean Henderson and David De Gea? When push comes to shove, David De Gea is probably a little bit better than Dean Henderson, right?
But, he is.
Yeah. But Dean Henderson thinks he's a lot better than David De Gea. And it matters when you're a goalkeeper. Yeah. David De Gea's got like some sort of inferiority complex. I don't think he realises at times or has the confidence of a player of his ability. He hasn't got any of that swagger. It's almost like he's been a bit beaten down over the last few years. Maybe just got fed up of, you know what I mean?
What did Mourinho do to?
What did Mourinho do to any of our players, bro?
Yeah, I reckon he's
I mean, come on, man. And he's playing the victim sat there with James Corden going, oh, you know what I mean? I got stuck in.
With James... Oh, don't bring
I mean, that's car crash telly, isn't it?
Don't bring him up. You're going to make me lose this Solskjaer deal.
Yeah, so I'm going with Dean Henderson, bro. But I'm not going to diss David De Gea. He's been a great servant for Manchester United.
Right, I'll go with De Gea. So, in that defence, we're calling it today.
Defence. Yeah, all American.
I think we're both going to go left back Luke Shaw, obviously. Yeah?
Let's not try and be clever. Yeah, it's Luke Shaw.
We find that difficult anyway. But
I know,
Luke Shaw on the left. Maguire next to Luke Shaw is obvious, yeah?
Yeah.
On the right, we're hearing talk about Kieran Trippier. Do you want to see a new signing in there or Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
For me, Aaron Wan-Bissaka doesn't deserve to be dropped. That's how I'm wording it. So Kieran Trippier can come in, I ain't got a problem with that, I'll have him. I ain't even got a problem if Ollie went, can't get the Trippier deal done, Ethan Laird's coming back into the squad. I ain't got a problem with that. But you don't...
Diogo Dalot?
Not so much. I think his time's moved on. I like the kid, but I don't think Ollie rates him at all. I think we have to be realistic about this.
He follows us on Instagram.
I love Dalot. Do you know what I mean? And
it's too late now. Just so you know.
Why is it that players that follow us and message us on Instagram will always end up leaving? Like Pereira used to do it.
I know. He used to always send us messages.
I know, and I feel bad on a video going, Pereira didn't have a very good game today.
And then we'll get Ronaldo on our Twitter for a game, and he'll be just laying into everyone that we've built these relationships. With. Like,
sign your tweets, Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? Let them know it's you that's saying this, not us. But no, I'm going to stick with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Played a lot of football last season. Did a very good job. People go, Harry Maguire played every game. Well, he didn't. He got injured towards the end of the season. Aaron Wan-Bissaka played practically every game. Did a very good job. He will get better going forward. He's good enough. He's good enough for me.
Who alongside? Do you want a new signing? You can name that if you want, but you can just say, I think we need a new signing there. Lindelof, Bailly, Twanzebe.
I do want a new signing, but I think holding midfield is more important. I really do. I think that's the signing that above all else. It's on a par with like that right winger. I think the equally is important because the McFred axis doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. You ain't winning the league with that. And I like McTominay. I even like Fred. I just don't think he's a 6. So with all that being said, because I don't think we're going to buy a defensive midfielder and a centre back, I'll stick with what we got. I'm going to throw Axel in. I think Ollie's got a little soft spot for him. I think he's had problems with his injuries, but I'm going to go with Axel.
That's the thing. He is a soft spot in himself, isn't he? Like
that's the problem. And he's a very, very good defender. But he just can't get a consistent run. It's the same with Eric Bailly.
Out of Bailly and Twanzebe, just one.
Like, if they could just split the season between them.
Axel and Bailey.
Get out.
That works, that.
It's not even that bad. Yeah, like, you could get 20 games each out of them, or 25 games each out of them and be laughing, but you don't. You get like 15 out of one and 10 out of the other. And that's why that's why Victor Lindelof plays most games, because he's reliable enough to play. Do you know what I mean? But I'm gonna take a punt on Axel.
If there was a new signing to come in, who would it be?
For me, if I had a choice, I'd go with Varane. I just think, like, come on. Is it Ronnie said he didn't live up to expectations? Talk about Ronaldo Brown. He did the news once and he went, Varane, he was one of the most sought after centre-backs in the world at one point. Went to Madrid, didn't quite live up to expectations. I was like, bro, did you what? The guy's won like four Champions Leagues, 3 La Ligas, World Cup. What did you expect? He's still only 28. Like, mate, he comes into this side and you and me, we were sat there watching him going, right, he's class. I have that feeling with Varane.
I think the same with Varane.
Yeah.
Rashford was talking about him recently and said he was only in pre-season, but he was his most competitive defender to play against.
And do you know, like, this nonsense you're like, it's only because he plays alongside Sergio Ramos. Rubbish. It's not so rubbish. Nonsense.
I would take Varane if we was doing a signing, but I got Eric Bailly at the moment. In the midfield, I've got a 3 in midfield. New signing for the holding midfield position is a must, as important as Jadon Sancho.
I agree.
A Declan Rice, a Sal Niguez. We've got all these players linked. But with what we've got at the minute, I call McTominay.
And it's sad, innit? Because I think we both have respect for McTominay. I don't hate on McTominay.
No.
He's just not at the level we need at the minute.
Scotland win the Euros, though. We could be looking at him like
Scotland win the Euros, mate. He'll be going on such a bender. We won't see him for about 6 months. Scotland win the Euros, mate.
And we wouldn't blame him.
I mean, he'll come back in October. Yeah, I just think, again, he's not a holding midfielder. Maybe he can grow into that role.
He's not.
Like, Matic wasn't, was he? Matic was the 10. Remember?
That's the thing. I was going to go Matic, but no.
It can
happen.
happen.
Be in Rome.
But I just feel like, I'm with you, McTominay.
You got a 2, though?
Yeah, I've got a 2.
So who's your 4-2-3-1?
I'm going to stick Pogba next to him. So
Pogba, McTominay.
Yeah, I hope we get a signing. I really do. And I'm like, if we get an Ndidi or even a Basuma, I'd take Yves Basuma.
Tielemans been linked as well.
Tielemans, great player. I'd take any of them. Garner's not there yet. Maybe Jimmy Garner, again though he's more of an 8 than a 6, but he could do that job, but he's not there yet. I think he needs another year on loan. But I can't justify Fred anymore.
We can't.
It doesn't work. And that midfield for me, you've no chance of winning the title.
We need a new signing.
You've got to be honest, haven't you, mate? You've got to be realistic here. You know, that midfield probably doesn't even win you a trophy. It's touch and go with that.
And when you look at Pogba's record with Kante alongside him for France, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
You've gone 4-2-3-1. I've gone 4-3-3 with Pogba. So it's still the same 3, I guess, Pogba, but in a 4-3-3. We need to go to 4-3-3 next year, and that's why we need that holding midfielder.
100%.
Obvious Bruno's the next one, innit, for both of us?
It's just amazing, isn't it? I don't know how we got away without having him. He's that good. And it annoys me, you know, one of the biggest things that annoys me with some United fans is when it's trying to be clever. Well, Bruno ain't all that, you know. Yes, he is. He is all that. He's amazing. And he's got players around him.
I don't get that.
Like, he's just being stupid. He's got like 50 goal involvements in 50 games, 2 seasons on the trot or whatever it is. It's stupid numbers.
People just trying to be clever.
Yeah. Like, what are you trying to, like... I saw one argument, I don't know who it was, but I seen it was on Twitter or something, and it's like, if he took away his goals and assists, what's he do? What's that? What do you mean? Like, what does that mean?
You took away the most important thing in football away from him.
You took Alan Shearer's goals away from him, he does nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point you're making? It's just nonsensical, it doesn't mean anything. You try to be clever and you make yourself look stupid by trying to be clever. Bruno for me is in the 10, but as long as he's in that midfield, I don't really, you know, I'm not going to argue with you if you've got Pogba in the role or whatever.
So we got a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1. Yeah. On the left of that front 3, for me, Marcus Rashford without a shadow of a doubt.
I'm glad to say this, bro, because for me, Marcus Rashford on the left, Marcus Rashford anywhere else, still a quality player, but the only time you see sort of the world-class type performances from him or numbers from him is on that left-hand side. There's no point in moving him. He is not a striker, a centre forward. He is not a right winger, and you don't get the levels from him in those positions that you need from him. The only position you get the levels you need from him in is left-hand side. It's not left winger. He's like an inside forward, isn't it, for, you know, for us oldies. But yeah, on the left-hand side, 100%.
Up through the middle.
Now this is tricky, you know.
I'm going Tony M. And I'll tell you why.
If you hadn't have said Tony M, I'd have been so angry with you. Because he's your boy, him. If you'd have sort of sold him out after one poor season.
He's literally in last chance saloon this season, I think.
Once
he
loses you, once you stand there next to me when we're sat over there, you go, it's over. Tony M's got to go.
I don't think it'll ever be over, because I'd still have him in the squad as an option on the left or through the middle. But to truly cement, you want to be United's number 9, this is your chance.
Yeah.
Like this season.
We can't have him doing another 4 goals in the Premier League.
I think Jadon Sancho, one of the things that I used to always say last season, no one's playing off him.
Right.
Jadon Sancho will. One of the things people seem to think Jadon Sancho just runs past people.
Yeah.
He links up.
No, he does. Yeah, very, very true.
So I'd go Martial through the middle.
Okay.
Sancho on the right.
Mate,
then you got Greenwood and Cavani on the bench.
Cavani's knocking on your door. I'm telling you now, he's like...
Really? You can't play every week, bro.
Paul Mason as well, man.
Yeah, he's on the bench. Mason off the bench. Goals.
All right. Yeah.
21's coming.
I'm not with that. Personally, the debate for me is Martial at the moment, and I love Tony. I'm like, not as much as you do, but I do love him. I don't think anyone loves him as much as you do, but he's third choice for me at the minute. He's got to earn his way back into that. Remember when Mourinho brought in Sanchez, and I said, what I want to see for Martial is I want to see him fight for that place and get it back, and he did. Do I mean, he outlasted Mourinho. He needs to do that again. He needs to, when he gets his chance, take it. None of this, he played well, but he didn't score. Or he missed the sitter,
So
but
who's
he
in the middle?
He's got to take it. I'm going to go Mason. It's Mason Greenwood time, baby.
And Sancho on the right.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that a team, if you know where we've said we need new signings,
Yeah.
is that a team that wins the league or can win the league?
The only sort of question mark is maybe we need a holding midfielder. I haven't gone all out for him because I don't know if we're going to get one, and I have a feeling that we're probably not. I said this last season, I say it again. It could win the league if it doesn't get any injuries. You lose Pogba for 10 games, or you lose a Bruno for 5 or 6 important games, or you lose...
Don't worry, Donny van der Beek.
Don't, mate, come
We
on.
got him.
You're all right, dude.
Anyway, guys, make sure you're checking out Surfshark. The link is surfshark.deal/McKola. The promo code is McKola as well. Nice and easy to remember. You get 83% off and 3 months extra free as well. You're not hardly even paying, are you really there? For that's just a joke, really. But yeah, that's the offer. Get on it. Thank you to Surfshark again. Get your 11s in the comments below. Thank you to Jay. His channel, obviously we both do Stretford Paddock, but his other channel is in the description as well. The link's down there. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in a bit.